Hi, I'm Candy Cooper, your host. You might be familiar with holidays like 4th of July or Thanksgiving, but did you know that there are many other days designated by different groups and celebrated around the world? There's even a National Craft Month. Our first holiday is National Pretzel Day. To celebrate, we've created this non-edible pretzel magnet. Take a look at this cute little magnet that I've painted my pretzel pink. You can make yours in any color. My favorite thing about this magnet is the seed bead salt. Let's see what we need to make it. You're going to need some air dry clay. This is most important. A wooden surface to put your pretzel on, some decorative paper, seed beads for that salt, magnets, paint pens, glitter pens, clear glue, thick craft glue, wax paper, some acrylic paint in your favorite color, and some paintbrushes. Let's get started. Okay, you may have seen this maybe at the pretzel shop in the mall, but first thing we're going to do is, I've already opened up my clay, but we're going to roll the pretzel. And the most important thing is you want to keep this closed reseal it in a plastic bag so your clay doesn't dry out for when you want to make something else. So I've got a little handful of clay, and what you're going to do is just roll it in between your hands to get started. And I'm going to put it down on my protected work surface, and you're just going to roll a coil with the palms of your hands. And you can get it started with one hand, and then once it gets longer and longer, you're going to need two hands. And you just kind of push out with your hands and keep rolling it out. And I may have a little bit too much clay. I had to roll about 10 pretzels before I was getting good at it. And see how I'm pushing harder with this hand because it's skinnier down here, so I need to work a little bit harder on this side. And it just keeps growing and growing. There, we'll keep that side, and you can use your other side for another pretzel. But what you're going to do is bring the two, let's get this a little skinnier. Bring the two ends up into a teardrop shape, and then hold the bottom and make a couple twists at the top. And then fold the two ends down like that, and you have a pretzel. Now, like I said, this will take a little bit of practice, but you can use a little bit of water on your fingers to smooth out any cracks. And you can use your clay tools to kind of smush the ends in here and shore it up like so. And when you're happy with it, set it aside to dry, and you'll have something like this. Now, it's time to paint it your favorite color. I'm going with teal because that's my favorite color. And you're just going to use some acrylic paint and brush over your surface. To get in those tiny cracks and crevices, just add a little brush to your, a little water to your brush, and let it seep down in the cracks and crevices. And you're going to paint the whole thing and then set it aside to dry. And I've got one ready for you right here. The next thing we're going to do is add a little bit of sparkle with a paint pen. And so what I do is I just put a little bit on top, and you could actually leave it like this, but I want mine to be sparkly all over, so I'm going to use another brush and just brush out that glitter coat. Like so. And I love how it makes it shiny and sparkly. And you would just do the whole thing, and then you're going to set it aside to dry again. Now, this is what it looks like with the glitter coat. In the meantime, you'll want to cut out a back piece to go underneath your pretzel. So what you do is you just turn your pretty paper over and then trace around your pretzel, and you kind of get a heart shape. And when you cut it out, you want to cut inside the line. Normally we say cut on the line, but this time we're going to cut inside the line because we don't want any paper peeking out from the sides of the pretzel. And I've got one ready here. Like so. And that's going to go underneath so that it highlights all of the detail around your pretzel. Now, one thing I didn't mention is you want to paint a wooden disc in your favorite background color. And then just like you did the pretzel. And then you can go around the outside edge with your paint pen. And this just adds a nice little detail and some color. And you can do anything, polka dots and lines, whatever you like. So now we're going to use our clear glue to attach all of our pieces. And you're just going to put a little bit down, like so. Oops, I just smeared my paint. You'll want to leave that to dry, and then go over the top. And then use your tacky glue and put a line around your pretzel outline. Set your pretzel in place, and then to add the salt, which is what makes it truly look like a pretzel, is you'll paint your clear glue on top and then just sprinkle it like you would a real pretzel. Normally you would use butter, and then leave it to dry. When you're all finished, take your magnet piece. Even though it's sticky, I still like to add a little bit of glue and pop it on the back. And you've got a cute pretzel magnet ready for your refrigerator.